Stop asking someone, either person, to be submissive or subservient, and look for a partnership and ask that partner to show up for you and show up for them. We're looking to have the same people that are asking for that thing have trouble with titles. So you have a trouble with giving someone a title. You have a trouble with asking someone to slow down their emotions and be prepared. Like you said, be prepared when you want them to be prepared, but also asking a woman to be submissive or subservient in a climate where she has to earn and build and fight just like a lot of men do. So it feels very unfair sometimes when that conversation comes up and it makes people defensive. What I think a lot of men are actually saying is, can you take my lead when I'm giving it to you without so much pushback?
That's exactly.
And she wants the same thing. The reason that being partners matters more, like asking about partnership matters more, because you want to get to understand what a partner means. What does that mean to you? If you're going to be my partner and I'm going to be yours, or we're considering this, before we can say what this is, what does this mean to you? Define it. Let's add some clear cut understanding as to what we're asking. Because what if what you define as partnership is different? And what if you don't find that out until you're already partners? You've waited too long. So you had this conversation because since we're in the climate that we're in, we have to have a conversation about standing beside each other. Yeah. Not somebody behind, not walking 15 steps ahead of the person. You know, we have to be hand in hand, side by side. How do we grow together? A lot of the conversations we're hearing on podcasts are pitting the men against the women and blaming and pointing fingers. But the problem is that people who really love and understand partnerships and have an understanding about behavior are not leading these conversations. A lot of times people's pain, they're emoting through the podcast. So a lot of the times there are bitter men and women, people sitting in resentment, showing up in these podcasts and speaking about love, and what they're actually talking about is pain.
You don't go to therapy, you start a podcast.
So I think for 2024, I think people need to have more of a sit down with self and understand what a partner looks like for you and what you look like as a partner.